Hello, I'm Matt Guff from thehouse.com, and this is a 2020 Capita Warpspeed Snowboard. The Warpspeed is giving a lot of other brands a run for their money. This is a very, very nice big mountain, backcountry, powder hard charging deck that's versatile, extremely lightweight, and has a progressively wider waist width for people with larger feet. Now, Capita doesn't say outright that this is a wide board. It doesn't say that in the name, but it does feature in the waist width categories. So this 156 size or 157 size actually has a 26.2 centimeter waist width, and those waist widths just happen to go up as the length of the boards go up. So if you have big feet, you're gonna really love the Warpspeed, especially if you're a hard charging rider. Overall, it's a directional style board. The nose is gonna be longer than what you find in the tail. The stance is set back a half an inch. And then it has a very kind of progressive profile shape called Alpine V2. And Alpine V2 is a combination of a couple of different shapes. There's reverse camber in the nose, a nice rocker shape to keep your nose afloat when you're riding deep snow. From just in front of the front insert packs to about the midsection of the tail, the board will have a nice arcing camber for stability at high speeds and good energy and pop. Outside in the back section of that tail is a flat section, which is a little bit more manageable when you get on groomed trails and in steeper terrain. It still has a nice sturdiness to there without having the board have a little bit of taper, so it still floats really well overall. The feel and flex rating of the Warpspeed is actually going to be quite a bit stiffer than your average deck, almost into that 8 range. Capita rates at about 7.5. For me, I'd round up to the 8. It's actually pretty lively, but it does take quite a bit of energy to kind of bend and flex this board out. You know, with that in mind, of course, most people who have size 11 feet and larger tend to be kind of bigger boned or have kind of a little bit more structure or weight to them, and kind of is more a little beneficial to be that size to ride this board. But if you're an intermediate to advanced level rider who may happen to be kind of lightweight, and you have the skills to like really make this board do what you want to do, have at it, but you're gonna have to work for it. Inside is a hover style wood core, combination of light, of course, strong style woods. Surprisingly enough, like for the deck that has pretty wide waist widths, it's a pretty damn actually lightweight board. And then Capita is kind of something unique with the Holy Sheet glass layup. They still use the BioBeans resin, which is eco-friendly, but instead of doing a bi-X on the bottom and a tri-X glass layup like they do in a lot of boards, they actually do tri-X on top and on bottom. So tri-X glass is actually going to be woven at 45 and negative 45 degrees, and then at 0 degrees right down the center of the board. And what that does makes the board a little bit more torsionally stiff. And then Capita actually added in something that has properties similar to carbon and flax. It's an Amplitex style tape, and that tape runs from the insert packs to each corner of the board's shoulders. And that allows the board to have kind of the response of carbon, but also the dampness of flax. There's a lot of boards within the Capita line that do feature some kind of cork style materials, but flax and the Amplitex tape kind of do that as well without adding a lot of weight. The base is extremely fast. This is a hyperdrive carbon impregnated base that has a kind of a race style structure to it. Has a good amount of structure to it too, but you need to keep it waxed up. This is a very nice riding board. Do yourself a favor, it'll ride the best if you keep it well maintained and waxed. And then there's that 360 wrap, standard steel edge, but the great thing about the Warpspeed and the cycle radius is that it's actually progressive. That means that in the nose area or the front end of the board, there's a larger side cut radius for big sweeping turns. And then the tail end, there's a smaller side cut radius for those quick exit out of those turns. So when you're kind of going into a turn, it's gonna have a nice mellow in, but a very aggressive out. It's progressive, and I really enjoy the feelings of progressive boards have, or progressive side cut radius boards have, because of the explosive pop out of a turn. However, when you ride this board switch, it's going to have the exact opposite feeling. It's going to have a very aggressive feeling into the turn and then a more mellow turn out. The Warpspeed is a great deck. Again, it's for big-footed riders who like big mountain, backcountry, kind of everything else, and riding at 1,000,000 miles an hour, hence the name Warpspeed. Make sure to check this thing out at the house. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you guys on snow. Peace. Thanks so much for watching. That is Capita. Capita is a great brand. They do some wonderful things. You can check them all out by selecting the links below in the description. Leave a comment or question. Let me know what you think of the Capita boards that we have here at thehouse.com. Remember to subscribe to the channel there. Check out more videos here. And of course, hopefully, I'll see you guys on snow. Peace.